The Cleveland Cavaliers had 4 years of glory with 4 consecutive Eastern Conference championships after re-signing LeBron James. Cleveland had a ton of success, but was left with a lot of questions after LeBron left for LA. The Cavaliers didn't win more than 20 games in the next 2 seasons and only ended up winning 22 in the 2020 season. Last year was much better in Cleveland though. The Cavaliers missed out on the postseason, but finished with a winning record going 44-38, and have since put the pieces in place to set up for some success this season. Cleveland has done a really good job of building through the draft, and they've made 2 big selections that have been key pieces of getting them to where they are today. Darius Garland in 2019 and Evan Mobley in 2021. The Cavaliers also traded for Jarrett Allen in 2021 and ended up making a gigantic move this past offseason, trading for Donovan Mitchell, the single biggest reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers should terrify the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers made the NBA Finals for 4 straight years, the last of those coming in the 2017-2018 season. The Cavs only won it all once of those 4 years, that iconic 3-1 Warriors lead that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving helped erase on the way to Cleveland's one and only NBA title. The Cavaliers were great, but everything fell apart fast once LeBron James left to sign with the Lakers in the 2018 offseason. The Cavs started off the following season rough and fired head coach Ty Lue after an 0-6 start. Larry Drew was promoted to the role, and Cleveland still struggled. After never losing more than 50 games in LeBron James' second stint with the team, the Cavs went 19-63 in the 2018-2019 season. Cleveland hired John Beilein in the offseason after coercing him to leave Michigan for the NBA. He didn't work out, and I'm sure Cavs fans would probably say that's an understatement. He resigned in February after a 14-40 start. The Cavaliers then promoted JB Bickerstaff to head coach, and he's still there today. Cleveland went on to win 5 of its next 11 before the season was cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Cavaliers were still a bottom-tier team in the 2020-2021 season. Cleveland went 22-50, but the 2021 season began to show some promise. Cleveland went 44-38 and missed the playoffs, but has since added key pieces that's led to their success in this season. The Cleveland Cavaliers had a very hot start to the season, but they've been pretty streaky. After a close loss to the Raptors to kick off the regular season, Cleveland rattled off 8 straight victories, but 5 straight losses followed them. Then the Cavs won 4 straight to sit at 12-6 on November 23rd. Cleveland then had 5 straight wins in mid-December and sat at 22-11 on December 21st. Then the Cavs lost their next 3 games to drop to 22-14, but have bounced back with 2 straight wins versus the Bulls, including a 145-134 overtime victory where Donovan Mitchell went on an absolute tear and had one of, if not the best offensive performances I've ever watched, scoring 71 points. Mitchell is only the 7th player in NBA history to record 70+ points in a game. Just nuts. The Cleveland Cavaliers made one huge move in the offseason that's really contributed to their success this season: acquiring Donovan Mitchell. Cleveland traded Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, Ochai Agbaji, 3 first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps to the Jazz for Mitchell. Mitchell was great in Utah. He was an all-star in each of his last 3 seasons there, and he averaged over 20 points per game every year and averaged over 25 in his last 2 seasons in Utah. The Cavaliers clearly believed they were only a piece or 2 away from being legit, and that's turned out to be the case. Mitchell has been the guy in Cleveland. Through his first 34 games with the Cavs, Mitchell has played in 36.7 minutes per game, averaging 29.3 points, 3.9 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 1.4 steals. Mitchell is shooting 49.2% from the field, 41.3% from 3, and 86.8% from the free throw line. He scored over 40 points in 4 games and over 30 in 17 games. The trade looks great for Cleveland looking back because the Cavaliers truly were one piece away from being contenders. Darius Garland has blossomed into a very good NBA point guard, and he was named an All-Star for the first time last season. Garland was a top 5 pick at the 2019 NBA draft after his time at Vanderbilt. He played solid his rookie year, 30.9 minutes per game, 12.3 points, 1.9 rebounds, and 3.9 assists on 40.1% from the field, 35.5% from deep, and 87.5% from the free throw line. Garland improved his sophomore season and averaged 33.1 minutes, 17.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, 6.1 assists, and 1.2 steals. He shot 45.1% from the field, 39.5% from deep, and 84.8% from the line. The Cavs rewarded him with a 5-year, $231 million designated rookie extension in the offseason. Garland has been great this season too. He had a career-high 51 points on November 13th. 27 of those points were scored in the fourth quarter of a 129-124 loss to the Timberwolves. He has 3 games where he scored more than 40 points in 30 games played. He's averaging 35.9 minutes per game with 21.3 points, 2.6 rebounds, 7.8 assists, and 1.3 steals on 45% shooting, 40% from behind the arc, and 86.7% from the charity stripe. Cleveland's front court has been such a massive reason for the Cavaliers' success this year, and that's majorly credited to Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Mobley has really already come into his own in the pros. Cleveland ended up drafting him at 3 at the 2021 NBA draft, coming off of being named the Pac-12 Player of the Year at USC as a freshman. Mobley was really good as a rookie and was named to the All-Rookie First Team. He played in 69 games and averaged 33.8 minutes per game, 15 points, 8.3 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1.7 blocks. He shot 50.8% from the floor, 25% from deep, and 66.3% from the line. Mobley was good, and he's continued much of the same this season. Through his first 36 games played, Mobley has 33.8 minutes per game and averaged 14.6 points, 8.9 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.3 blocks while shooting 55.7%, 22% from 3, and 71% from the free throw line. Jarrett Allen has also been another key contributor to that front court. Allen was traded during the 2020-2021 season in the 4-team deal that sent James Harden from the Rockets to the Nets. The Cavs gave him a qualifying offer after the season, and he later signed a multi-year contract in Cleveland. Over the first 4 years of Allen's career, he averaged 25.4 minutes per game, 10.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 1.4 blocks, while shooting 61.1% and 69.6% from the line. Allen played a huge role in Cleveland for the remainder of the 2020-2021 season, and turned around and broke out in a big way in 2021. He was named an All-Star for the first time after he averaged 32.3 minutes, 16.1 points, 10.8 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1.3 blocks. He ended up shooting 67.7% from the field and 70.8% on free throws. Allen has been a major part of the Cavs' success. In 31 games this season, Allen is averaging 33.7 minutes, 14 points, 10.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.2 blocks. He's shooting 62.6% and 71.1% from the line. Caris LeVert is also averaging over 30 minutes per game in his first full season in Cleveland. Like Jarrett Allen, LeVert was also involved in that big James Harden trade. He was sent from the Nets to the Pacers, and in February, LeVert was traded alongside a second-round pick to the Cavs for Ricky Rubio, a lottery-protected first and 2 seconds. He played 19 games in Cleveland last season and averaged 29.8 minutes, 13.6 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.9 assists on 43.5% from the field, 31.3% from 3, and 74.5% from the line. This season, LeVert is averaging 12.1 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.7 assists while shooting 39.4%, 34% from 3, and 75.6% from the charity stripe. Lamar Stevens has had a bigger role recently. He's played in 22 games and has averaged over 20 minutes, 6 points, and 4 rebounds. And Stevens is shooting 41.8%, 29.8% from 3, and 65.4% from the line. Cedi Osman is the final Cav receiving over 20 minutes per game. He's played in 36 games and been a serious contributor off the bench with 9.8 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, and 1.6 assists while shooting 47%, 34% from deep, and 67.8% from the free throw line. The last two big contributors this season for Cleveland have been the Cavs' 2020 top 5 pick Isaac Okoro and 9th-year Cav Kevin Love. Dean Wade has been out with an AC joint sprain, but he was a big part of the Cavs before he went down. He played in 17 games before the injury, averaging 24.1 minutes, 6.4 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 1 assist, while making 45.2% of his shots, 41.1% from 3, and 69.2% from the line. Once he comes back, the Cavaliers should be even better. The Cavs have had a very successful rebuild in only 4 years, and here Cleveland is back at the pinnacle of the NBA as a contender.